Atheists are afraid of this find. Wow. A new archaeological discovery in Jerusalem is shaking up the world of religion. Believers say it's proof of the Bible, while atheists are skeptical. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the Canaanite Tunnel and the Pool of Siloam. We'll explore the evidence and hear from both sides of the debate. So what does this discovery mean for our understanding of history and religion? Find out in this video. It is expected that the Pool of Siloam, also known as the place where Jesus is said to have cured a blind man, will soon be open to the general public for the first time in roughly 2,000 years. Both Jews and Christians place a high value on the pool, which can be found in the southern section of the archaeological site that comprises the city of David in Jerusalem. Archaeologists are currently excavating it, and once they have finished, it will either be open to the public in sections or all at once the entire site has been uncovered. Just before the start of the new year, the Israel Antiquities Authority, the Israel National Parks Authority, and the City of David Foundation all made public their intentions to open up the Pool of Siloam. Approximately 2,700 years ago, during the 8th century BC, this location was constructed as a component of Jerusalem's water system. It was used as a reservoir for the water that came from the Gihon spring, which was then channeled into underground tunnels and stored there. The passage of John chapter 9 of the New Testament that makes reference to Jesus and the pool can be found there. This is what it says. He told him, "Go, wash in the Pool of Siloam." So the man went and washed himself, and when he returned, he could see. The pool and church that were constructed by the Byzantine Empress Eudocia sometime between 400 and 460 AD to commemorate the miracle described in the New Testament have traditionally been considered to be the site of the Pool of Siloam by Christians. In spite of this, the precise location of the first pool as it was during the time of Jesus remained unknown until June 2004, when it was discovered by archaeologists. Archaeologists Ronnie Reich and Eli Shukron discovered two ancient stone steps while working to repair a large water pipe that was located south of Jerusalem's Temple Mount at the southern end of the ridge that was known as the City of David. This discovery was made while they were working in the City of David. After further excavation, it was discovered that they were once part of a monumental pool that dated back to the time of the Second Temple, which is when Jesus was alive. The building that Reich and Shukron found was 225 feet long, and it had corners that were slightly more than 90 degrees, which indicated that it had a trapezoidal shape. The end that was wider was facing Tyropaion Valley. During the time of Jesus, what role did the Pool of Siloam play in the community? Because the pool is supplied with water from the Gihon spring, which is situated in the Kidron Valley, this body of water would have been suitable for use as a mikveh, which is a Jewish ritual bath utilized for the purpose of immersion in order to achieve ritual purity. On the other hand, it's possible that people living in that part of the city relied on it as a significant source of potable water at the time, even a Roman-style swimming pool, according to the hypothesis of at least one academic researcher. The discovery of the Siloam pool, where Jesus is said to have healed a blind man, is a pivotal moment in the study of biblical archaeology and is significant in its own right, regardless of the pool's original function. The Gihon spring, which was Jerusalem's primary source of fresh water, was redirected through a tunnel that King Hezekiah authorized to be built. This action resulted in the construction of the Pool of Siloam. The location of the spring made it susceptible to assault from multiple directions. If it fell into the hands of the enemy, it would make life in Jerusalem for an extended period of time nearly impossible, according to 2 Chronicles chapter 31, verses 1 through 4. If it were taken, the enemy would benefit from its capture. The flow of the spring was changed so that it now flows toward the southwestern end of the old city of David as a result of Hezekiah's tunnel. Previously, it had been coming out toward the Kidron Valley. This resulted in Jerusalem's water supply becoming more reliable and the people having easier access to it, according to 2 Kings chapter 20, verse 20. The Pool of Siloam was formed at the point where the water first emerged from the tunnel. An inscription was discovered carved into the hard tunnel wall in the year 1880 AD. It was located in close proximity to the Siloam pool. The following is a translation of the Hebrew inscription that is 6 lines long, written in the Hebrew language. When the tunnel was driven through, each man toward his fellow, and while there were still 3 cubits to be cut through, the voice of a man calling to his fellow. When the tunnel was driven through, each man toward his fellow. When the tunnel was driven through, each man toward his fellow. The water flowed from the spring toward the reservoir for a distance of 1,200 cubits, and the height of the rock that was above the heads of the quarrymen was 100 cubits. And when the tunnel was driven through, the quarrymen hewed, each toward his fellow, axe against axe. Jesus arrives in Jerusalem in the year 29 AD, not long after the Feast of Tabernacles is concluded. After a heated argument with the Pharisees, as Jesus was leaving the temple area, he came across a man who was born blind. In John chapter 8, verses 6 and 7, it records that after covering the man's eyes with clay, Jesus instructed him to wash in the Pool of Siloam. The man does as he is instructed, and as a result, he experiences a miraculous recovery. Jesus, who was sent by God, sends a blind man to a pool whose name Siloam means sent, so that the man can be made whole and receive a sight. This is a very clever play on words. The Canaanite Tunnel is a remarkable archaeological feature located in the heart of Jerusalem, connecting the Gihon Spring to the southern end of the city, terminating at the renowned Pool of Siloam. It is a tunnel with multiple outlets along its course, indicating its purpose as an irrigation system for agricultural plots in the Kidron Valley. While its exact origin remains debated, most scholars assert that the Canaanite Tunnel predates Hezekiah's Tunnel and belongs to the Canaanite period, specifically the Middle Bronze Age. The Canaanite Tunnel stands as a testament to the ingenuity and advanced engineering skills of its builders. The tunnel was carefully carved out of solid rock, demonstrating a high level of precision and architectural planning. Its construction involved significant effort and expertise, considering the limited tools available during that era. The fact that it effectively redirected water from the Gihon Spring to irrigate fields in the Kidron Valley is a testament to the ancient inhabitants' knowledge of hydrology and their commitment to agriculture. One of the key distinctions between the Canaanite Tunnel and Hezekiah's Tunnel is the presence of multiple outlets along its course. These outlets were strategically placed to distribute water to various agricultural plots in the Kidron Valley, providing a vital water supply for farming purposes. This design feature sets the Canaanite Tunnel apart from Hezekiah's Tunnel, which primarily served as a conduit for delivering water to the city during times of siege. Scholars widely agree that the Canaanite Tunnel predates Hezekiah's Tunnel primarily based on its location at a higher elevation. It is logical to assume that the Canaanite Tunnel was constructed first, with Hezekiah's Tunnel serving as an improved and expanded water system during a later period. The Canaanite Tunnel likely served as a vital water source for agricultural activities in the Kidron Valley long before the establishment of Jerusalem as a fortified city. The dating of the Canaanite Tunnel to the Middle Bronze Age aligns with the broader historical context of the region. During this period, the Canaanites occupied the land and established various settlements, including Jerusalem. The tunnel's construction can be seen as a testament to the Canaanite society's ability to manage water resources efficiently and cultivate the land effectively. The Canaanite Tunnel's significance extends beyond its functional role as an irrigation system. It provides valuable insights into the ancient Canaanite civilization, shedding light on their technological capabilities, social organization, and agricultural practices. The tunnel's construction demonstrates the level of sophistication achieved by the Canaanites, indicating a well-developed society with an understanding of engineering and hydrological principles. Excavations and research conducted in the vicinity of the Canaanite Tunnel have unearthed numerous artifacts and structures that further support its ancient origins. These findings include pottery, tools, and other remnants from the Middle Bronze Age, reinforcing the notion that the tunnel was indeed built during the era. Atheists and believers alike have been known to get into heated arguments over the meaning of various religious texts, archaeological discoveries, and how these things should be interpreted. One of these topics has been the subject of debate: is the Pool of Siloam? This is a location that is mentioned in the Bible, most notably in the Gospel of John. It's said that Jesus performed a miracle, thereby curing a man who was born blind. Authenticity and interpretation are the two main points of contention in the debates that surround the pool. The authenticity of the story is being questioned in relation to the actual Pool of Siloam. In 2004, archaeologists in Jerusalem uncovered a site that they believed to be the Pool of Siloam. This discovery generated a lot of discussions because it offered the possibility of adding another layer of historical accuracy to the biblical narrative. The pool, as it is described in the Bible, matched the archaeological site in size and location, and this prompted many believers to see it as corroborative evidence that the narrative is historically reliable. Atheists, on the other hand, have a tendency to cast doubt on this assertion. In spite of the fact that they do not necessarily deny the existence of the pool, they frequently argue that the discovery does not necessarily validate the supernatural events described in the biblical narrative. The fact that the pool does exist, so the argument goes, does not in and of itself prove that a man who was born blind was cured there. The debate extends to a more fundamental issue concerning the characteristics of evidence. The finding of a location that was mentioned in an ancient text could provide evidence that the text was historically or geographically accurate. However, atheists contend that this does not automatically corroborate every detail that was described in that text. Interpretation is another topic that is being discussed regarding this issue. Even if one concedes that the Pool of Siloam is real and that a man named Jesus did something there that was interpreted as a miracle, there's a wide range of perspectives regarding how one should understand the events of what transpired there. For those who have faith, the event is proof of the divine hand that was involved and of the miraculous power that Jesus possessed. On the other hand, atheists frequently put forward other, more naturalistic explanations. Some people believe that the events described in the story are more of a moral allegory or parable than a literal account of historical happenings. Some people believe that the healing may have been the result of a psychosomatic event or a natural process that wasn't fully understood at the time. Others believe that it may have been both. The Pool of Bethesda was located in Jerusalem near the Sheep Gate, north of the temple near Fort Antonia. The pool, according to John, was surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. The Pool of Bethesda was located outside the city walls during Jesus' time. Jesus performed a miracle at this pool to demonstrate that he is greater than any human ailment and that superstition and religious folklore are foolish and feeble substitutes for faith in God. The Pool of Bethesda was once used to supply water to the temple. The upper pool mentioned in 2 Kings chapter 18 verse 17 could be a reference to the Pool of Bethesda. An additional pool was added to the original one sometime during the Hasmonean period. The pool's name Bethesda is Aramaic. It translates as House of Mercy. According to John, in these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. That's John chapter 5 verse 3. The covered colonnades would have provided shade for the disabled who congregated there, but there was another reason for the Pool of Bethesda's popularity. According to legend, an angel would descend into the pool and stir up the water. The Pool of Bethesda and the Pool of Siloam are 2 pools located in Jerusalem that are mentioned in the Bible. Both pools are associated with healing, and both are important sites in the history of Christianity. Jesus performed 2 of his most famous miracles at these pools, healing a paralyzed man at the Pool of Bethesda and a man who was born blind at the Pool of Siloam. These miracles show that Jesus had the power to heal people, and they also show that Jesus was concerned with the physical and spiritual well-being of his people. Alright, that's all for the video today, but we'll be right back with more videos soon. Please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.